welcome to Wednesday. It's the Chad Prather Show. Thanks for tuning in. Make sure that you are liking and subscribing. Rub that little thumbs up down there. Rub it, rub it, rub it. I want to see you in the chat. Blow that thing up with those American flags. Just anything you want to put in there. Put one of Linda's dancing pickles in there. Come on. Put one of them dancing pickles in there. I don't know how Rumble decides what emojis to put down there at the bottom. But I like it when the dancing pickle pops up. I think the Chad Prather Show is the place for the dancing pickle. I'm going to stop talking about a dancing pickle right now before my blood pressure goes up. Hey, we got a lot to get into today, of course. This episode brought to you by Birch Gold. We'll talk about them in just a minute, as well as Party Foul Steve will be joining us shortly. How are you guys doing this late in 2025? Can you believe that? We're headed towards the fall. Kids are going back to school. Congratulations, mom and dad. You get, hopefully you're homeschooling or you're in a co-op or something like that. Not sending them to those brainwashed institutions called public education. But if you are, we're going to pray. We're going to pray. We're just going to keep on praying for you and pray for your kids and all that stuff. It's a crazy world we're living in. But I understand. I know what it's like when you're going through, the summer's coming to an end. I just feel like, I don't like the education system the way it is. Like back in the day, like back 1900-ish, back when you think everybody was uneducated, they were actually way smarter than us. They went to school just a couple of months out of the year because they had to work. They had to work the farm, had to work the ranch, had to bring in the goods, had to do the stuff. Kids had values back then, and they were smarter. They got done with school at the level of like 8th grade. And then their exit exam was one that was so difficult that PhD education students in college today can't pass it. Just ask David Barton. He's got those tests. He said he's never, out of 200 people who've taken that test or more, he said nobody's ever passed it. We're talking about 8th graders in 1900. And the reason they say that people like George Washington and Benjamin Franklin and John Adams and John Quincy Adams, the reason they were so intelligent is because they spent a bulk of their time in their developmental years around adults who are also intelligent. Let your kids spend time with you. Let your kids be around you. We've talked about how love is spelled T-I-M-E. But let them hear the big conversations. Let them be a part of it. Let their minds be formed. Don't trust the schools to give them standardized rote information so that they can fill in a standardized test and call that, learning to think. It's not. They're going to learn it from you. The first line of education is going to be what happens in the home. Man, I'll tell you, this is the thing that's on my heart so big today, and it's weird. I was talking about it yesterday. I've said it for 25 years. I was literally praying about this, and then I saw both Mark Driscoll and Joby Martin say this on their little episodes that they posted on Instagram, talking about boys and men. And I've said forever how we're the only civilization, Western civilization, 21st century Western civilization. We're the only civilization in history, or even around the world right now, culturally, that doesn't have a ceremony whereby men call boys into manhood. We don't do that. In all cultures except for us have always differentiated men from boys. We don't do that anymore. Now we've actually thrown in, this is a point that Joby Martin made that I thought was just excellent, is he said, now we've thrown in the third category called adolescence. And what you have is you have a bunch of boys calling boys into what they think is manhood. And so you wind up, and this is my point, you wind up with 45-year-old adolescents, people that don't know how to break out of that. They see women as objects to possess or conquer, another notch on the bedpost. They don't know how to grow up. And we've got a culture where men have gotten absent from calling their sons into manhood. And now we got boys running in their gangs, running in their streets, being on their teams, doing all this stuff. And the boys are teaching other boys what it means to be adults. And that doesn't work. That doesn't work. And so we got cultural rot going on because we have lost the significant role of men in society here in America. When you got dudes joining the football team, the cheerleading squad, and they're making a big deal of that on the news, and they're elevating that as like a man. That's not a man. Not a man. It's not masculinity. And you say, well, you're being awfully toxic. No, I'm just telling you the truth. That's not masculinity. They can glorify the rise of the beta male all they want. But that's not masculinity. And they'll tell you that masculinity is toxic, but true masculinity is not toxic. And if it's toxic, it's not masculinity. See, I think a dude putting on lipstick and flipping around with a bunch of girls out there while, slinging pom-poms around, I think that's toxic. Because I don't think that that's something you want to pass on to another generation. You say, well, why can't you just let people be the way you're going to be? Well, see, just letting people be the way they're going to be is not the way God does things. He just doesn't do things that way. See, God doesn't leave you in your situation. He tells you, you need to change that because where you're headed is sort of destructive. And so the mature perspective for us is to be able to have conversations where we say, there's things in society that need to change. That's why we do what we do. And that's not hate speech, that's compassion. And I think you can feel it in the air, that bone deep fatigue that we all have, that thing that's just crept into our souls and brought a darkness, that kind of stuff that you can't shake off with a nap and a cup of coffee. But it's kind of the thing that's coming from living in a country that's rotting from the inside out. People like you and me, I'm going to put a T-shirt out. We're coming out with some new T-shirts. I'm tired of not selling T-shirts. I like T-shirts. And I want to put some out that, I won't put one that just says old-fashioned. I've hit that point in life where I've become my dad. I'm old-fashioned. And what's weird is when you think about the 80s being old. God. But people are worn out, and people aren't worn out from hard work. They're they're worn out from watching the moral, cultural, and political wrecking ball swing day after day and just knock down every pillar that used to hold this nation together. It's like watching your childhood home get vandalized in slow motion. And then you remember, when the front porch light was always on and the neighbors waved and the flag, was out on the porch and you were proud of it. You didn't have to think twice about letting your kids play outside. Now, porch lights busted, lawn's overgrown, people, trying to sell you Marxism. And we're tired. Not lazy tired, just soul tired from being told that our values are outdated, that our faith is dangerous or antiquated, that history is evil, that our speech is hate, that common sense is offensive. And every day, the so-called leaders of culture, they're going to drag us further into a circus where the clowns are running the tent and the ringmaster's drunk on power and the lions are replaced with drag queens reading progressive propaganda to the kids. So let's be honest. This is not normal political disagreement these days. This is decay. It's decay. That's what you attack manhood, you attack language, all of these things. You attack the roles that men and women play in society. It becomes decay. It's the smell of a once great civilization being hollowed out by the termites of relativism and pluralism and identity politics and bureaucratic elites who want you so numb and distracted that you're not even going to notice that they've stolen your voice, they've taken your paycheck, they've taken your children's future, you live in a box that you got to pay taxes on for the rest of your life. You're never free. And people are craving something real again. They're craving a return to truth and to moral clarity and to leaders who have a backbone instead of a brand manager and a PR team. The left thinks they just keep the chaos going long enough. You're going to get used to the rot. But here's the thing. They've miscalculated. I believe they've miscalculated. The pendulum is swinging back because we're fatigued. But the fatigue isn't making us surrender. It's making us sharpen our resolve. Because I believe once a people realize that they're being robbed in broad daylight, they either roll over or they fight. And I'll tell you this, America's still got a few good fighters left, okay? And I think you're among the team. I think you're on the team, folks. David was telling me about watching Mel Gibson's Patriot last night. I'm all fired up because of it. Just him talking about it. Fired up. Whew. Speaking of fired up, we are getting older. Got to take care of your future, folks. Take care of your futures with Birch Gold. Birch Gold will help you diversify your retirement or your savings in an IRA that's tax sheltered and backed by physical gold. All you have to do is something very simple. Text CHAD, I spell it Chad, to 989898. They will send you a free, no obligation information kit. They got an A plus rating with the Better Business Bureau, tens of thousands of satisfied customers. So if you got that old IRA or old 401k or you got a savings plan, don't toss and turn looking at the stock market day in and day out. Get it backed by physical gold. Gold's not going anywhere. In fact, if you'd invested a year ago, it'd already be up 40%. I'm saying, man, that's what Gold did. So get them to help you. They'll call you on the phone. They'll get your address. They'll mail you information kit. All you got to do is text Chad to the telephone number 989898. Look at me. There we go. Put me in there. Put me right over Buck and Clay and Buck. Look at that. Put me over Bannon. Look at those guys. I look like two bodies with one head on that right there. Buck and Clay and Buck. I don't know. Check them out. Birch Gold. Text Chad to 989898. All right. Well, I've whined enough. Let's listen to what Party Foul's got to say. Come on here, boy.
You have me all fired up when you start talking about man stuff, you know.
Man stuff.
You talk about not calling, boys into men these days. I think my father did. We didn't have a bar mitzvah or a
Vision Quest.
Yeah, something like that. But, my dad took me out in the woods and we hunted, fished, gathered, slaughtered animals, that kind of thing.
Slapped you in the back of the head with his class ring.
Yeah, that kind of thing. But I can remember he was never prouder than when I killed my first deer.
Yeah.
That was kind of the manhood kind of thing. I did the same with my son. I brought him around the campfire and we drank, a little bit of whiskey.
All right.
That kind of thing. Maybe had a cigar. There comes that point. You should. And these days, these men got to ask their wives permission to go be a man. Mm. And I'm like, if you've got to go ask your wife permission to be a man,
yeah,
you're not. My wife says you need to go do some man stuff. Get out of the house and go do some man stuff. I never have to ask.
And a real man is going to do man stuff. Like I was thinking about something you said yesterday. That I can remember. I meant to bring it up yesterday and forgot. But, I can remember watching my kids play. And, you watch the girls play and you watch the boys play. And it's very different. Like, you don't have to tell a boy to be a boy. You just don't have to do that. Now, what happens is we train the boy out of them too many times. And, we got to correct him. I was having dinner last night. I was going to come over to your house. And, I need to change the batteries on the truck. And I went out there and the truck was dead. So I had to, by the time I jumped it off and did all that stuff, I was like, I'm just going to go to the spot and have a sandwich. So I did. And I sat down next to two guys that I knew and another guy that was with him, and I just met him. He had just retired after 21 years in the Marines. Hoorah. And we were talking about our kids, we were just talking about boys being boys, and we're talking about beating butts, and just training them up and letting them be boys. And he said, my kids, here's what he said, and he made a great point. He said, my kids, they act up in public. We gonna whoop that ass. You got to know how to act in public. And he said, now when they get home, he goes, they might go a little wild. And he goes, but that's where you want them to go wild. You got to have the outlet. Because I've always said that I would much rather have that kid that's climbing the walls than the one that's over there eating glue. Like, I can change the world with the wall climber. I can do it, and I've done it. I've had that in my life, and I've seen those boys transform and become something special. But I was thinking to myself, you watch a little boy play, he picks up a stick, and within a couple of minutes, what's that stick become?
Yeah, some type of weapon.
Yep. It's a gun, it's a sword, it's all that. Little girls, it immediately becomes, they got, I don't want to touch that. I understand tomboys and that kind of stuff. You're going to do those kind of things. Sometimes the boys are going to put on mom's high heels and walk around because it's fun or funny. That don't mean you cut his balls off.
Yeah, don't make
These
fun
days
of me.
they interpret it that way. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'll tell you, I just came across, I don't know Joby personally. I'm mutual friends. We have mutual friends. I don't know Joby Martin. I think I'd like to know him. I'm reading one of his books right now. And I like what he has to say. And I came across his deal, and he was talking about that, how boys and men, and we're the culture that, and I was like, man, I've been saying that for 25, 30 years. Like, we just don't do that. And so back to your point, I went to my dad when I was 20, and I had to ask him. I had to talk to him about that. Because I had an understanding about that concept that he didn't have. And so I graciously came to him, and we had that conversation about how he sees me, and because it meant something to me. I needed to know if he saw me, how he saw me. Was I a man? Was I a boy? And the answer is yes at that age.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The answer is yes. He still sees you as a boy, but, he's starting to treat you like a man. And whether it is that sharing that cigar, sharing that beer, or whatever it may be, just doing man stuff.
It is, but that develops a relationship, especially with a father and son.
Yeah.
Some type of relationship. My son's almost 30 years old, and I feel like he can come, and I think he feels the same way. He can come with me, with whatever he has going on in his life.
Yeah.
Because I know what I had going on in my life at that age.
Yeah.
And so it's not much different. It's kind of, you go through the same things. So I've already been there. So I'm able, but you know what the worst kind of advice there is? Unsolicited advice. And okay. I don't do that. He has to come and say, hey, Dad, what do you think about this? Otherwise, I'm going to keep my mouth shut. And I said, hey, I'm here if you need me.
Yeah.
And because sometimes we are, as men, we are stubborn. I wish I could go talk to my dad now, because there's some I could ask him.
Isn't that the truth? And my dad, I'm a man of many words. My dad was a man of few, right? And so, but when my dad spoke, you better listen, and you know how that is. But I have observed that with you. You don't give unsolicited advice. And sometimes you don't always give the solicited advice either. Like sometimes you're like, no.
Yeah, I must say, because you and I talk a lot, daily. We're up and down the road together. And if you ask me something directly, I'll say, I don't know that I'm the best person to take that advice from. But I can tell you my own experience and kind of go from there. Well,
I'll say to you ladies out there, if you think you're going to change a man, you ain't. No. And that's part of the problem. Listen, if he's got that father wound, and we all, men and women, both have the father wound in us, and we'll talk about that sometime, but we all have that father wound and that past trauma, and they've got the things that have shaped us. If you think you're going to change a man, you might modify a little bit. You might hone some of the edges, but you're not changing the core essence of a man. You're just not. And if you got a man that's a man, you're not going to change him. So if you got a man that's still stuck in adolescence, you're not going to get that out of him either, because you don't have the power to do it. That's between God and his father, and God as a father. There's a reason why God identifies himself as a father, first and foremost, because there's certain things that only a father can heal. And we're looking at society right now that's fatherless. So it's not hate speech to talk about the urban community being fatherless. No, it's a compassion speech. It's saying, man, the father is such an integral part of our society. And the reason we're seeing this societal rot and decay is because of even where the men are present, the quote, adult males are present, we're still not seeing the influence of men and fathers. That's why you go over and read the book of 1 John, and he talks about, or 2 John, 1 John, where he's talking about to the fathers and to the sons and to the fathers and to the sons. He's laying out these different mandates for them. And there's a differentiation there. And it's important, so we've lost it in society. Speaking of what you will get if you don't have men in your life, you're going to get liberals that are going to find a new form of protesting. Here's what they're doing now. They're going to put the mask on.
Most effective form of protest you have right now.
These people are trained puppets. I mean, they really are dancing chickens. Play the clip.
Most effective form of protest you have right now that you can start immediately. Put a mask back on.
Please.
Stop letting them observe your face and have the side benefit of better health and protecting the rest of us in the world. Put a mask back on. It's effective.
Could you do it so that we don't have to see you clean your teeth with your tongue, first of all? I mean, I've seen, this is an older clip, but this person right here, please put the mask back on. I mean, what's in your mouth? What is in your teeth? Did you just eat a chicken sandwich? What's going on with you? Are you pulling quinoa and kale from between your molars? I mean, it's like she's chewing tobacco, man. Look at this right here. Look at that spot right there. Look at. Yeah, put the mask back on. That's a good idea. What a heck of a way to do it. All right, I found this clip this morning. This is pretty interesting. So, city-owned grocery store. This was Kansas City. They're trying to do the same crap that New York is recommending if they elect Zohran Mamdani, an avowed socialist in New York City. They've put $29 million from the city has been invested to keep the doors open on this place.
That means from taxpayers.
Taxpayer dollars, of course. And look at this grocery store. Take a look at this thing. They can't
For months, the store hasn't fully been stocked. Still, person after person comes to buy groceries.
I thank the previous operator for the years they put into that, as well as their predecessor. And now we'll try to do all we can to make sure that this works.
Mayor Quentin Lucas is disappointed. He met with the store operator 2 weeks ago for hours trying to come up with a solution.
Yeah, I know there are different challenges to how a grocery store can operate. Part of that challenge is that the city certainly has been happy to be a partner, but there's always a limit to what we will invest as well.
It comes down to money. The city owns the building and has invested nearly $29 million in the store. Still, the Sunfresh was losing money.
All of a sudden, you roll down here this morning and they're gone, and they're saying they're not coming back.
All neighbors know is there's no food here now, and they wish that wasn't the case.
I'd like to know what could be done, maybe to bring it back.
In Kansas City, Brian Johnson, KMBC 9 News.
I tell you what you do to bring it back. It's called free market capitalism. It's called taking your opportunity to have personal responsibility. So back to our point a little while ago, Steve, the thing that makes men men is not hair on their balls or hair on their chest. It's not machismo. It's not how much you can deadlift. It's none of that stuff. It's not if you can make a tackle or hit a fastball. That's not what makes men men. It's not if you can wrestle a bear. It's personal responsibility.
Amen. They're looking for someone else to do it.
Socialism. You see, what would have avoided this dilemma at the grocery store in Kansas City is they should have taken the responsibility to educate themselves by reading a history book about how socialism doesn't work. It doesn't work. I don't care how many times you try it, it doesn't freaking work. And if they'd have read a book, they would know this.
It always requires more money, and it's always someone else's money.
And this is why, Steve, this whole tax the rich nonsense that the left keeps pushing will never work either. If you taxed 100% of all the billionaires in the U.S., taxed them 100%, that would run the federal government for 3 months. 3 months. That's all. You tax them. You take every billionaire's money that's out there in America, and you take all their money. It's going to run the government for 3 months. That's why it doesn't work. So that's a living example. I mean, you got Bernie Sanders. Bernie, I am once again asking for your financial support.
The thing about it is, like all these billionaires and stuff like that, I don't want their money. I'm going to go make my own.
I want them to do something whereby I can make money because of what they've created.
Exactly.
I mean, look at here. Look at the world statistics. California. This is how many billionaires there are in every U.S. state. California. This is July 2025. Got 199 in California, 136 in New York, 117 in Florida.
Those are the worst states.
Well, they're the economically largest, though. Like, California is the biggest economy in the country, so it makes sense, especially when you got Silicon Valley. And, you got Florida, you got Texas, got a little of that oil money down here. And then you got, the number comes on down. I'm going to go to Tennessee and be number 13. How about that? Go to Nebraska, be number 5. Go to Hawaii. I don't want to go to Hawaii. I could go to New Hampshire. I could take over New Hampshire. I could probably run that place.
Who has what?
Yeah, the Montana number doesn't seem accurate for there only to be 1. I mean, I have seen Yellowstone. I'll go up there and be number 2. I could be the shit in Montana. Oh, the jokes write themselves. There's none of them in Alaska, which is, well, I guess I do understand that. They need a couple of them. Some of those Russian oligarchs that come over.
You go to the U.S. Virgin Islands. There's only 1 there. Just be his
there's
friend.
None
just be his
none
friend.
In West Virginia. There's none in West Virginia. Yeah, I could go down there and just, like, if there's only 1, I could go be their buddy. I mean, surely of all these places that have just 1 billionaire, I could probably go find one of them that wants to be my friend.
Is there any billionaires watching the show that that we could be friends with?
I know. Hey, listen, we'll do some fun things together. I promise you we're a good time. And we don't require that much, honestly, especially Party Foul. He eats cheap.
Yeah.
He drinks expensive, but he eats cheap. California, 199. I don't like any of those people probably. But I will say this. This idea of taxing the rich, not going to work. Socialism, not going to work. If you put Mamdani in New York, not going to work, because that's one of the platforms that he's running on is, government-funded grocery stores. I've been to Russia. I've seen them. I've seen the results. And by the way, once you crash all that, it doesn't just come back. You shutter the doors. It doesn't exist anymore. You don't just engage in socialism and then suddenly turn around and go, oh, it didn't work. Let's get back to capitalism. No. You've already buried that and had the funeral.
No, because what happens when all of that runs out? Then that's when the Civil War starts. We've seen it in other countries and stuff like that. And when the Civil War, it comes down to individuals going to be when we run out of food and all that kind of stuff, we're going to be fighting each other. You're going to be taking your neighbor's food because you have starving kids.
Yeah.
That's the first thing that happens.
You're like, I'm prepared. I got my generator and my prepared food. I'm glad you do. But when your house in the neighborhood's the only one that's got lights on, guess where they're coming to?
Yeah.
The D.C. attorney, this is a problem. See, I want to hear your point, but hang on, let me read this one. The D.C. Attorney General. This is what he had to say about crime in D.C. Play the clip. Listen.
During the discussion, residents did not hold back, voicing their frustrations.
I blame the system.
Many questioning why kids aren't being held accountable.
We as a city and a community need to be much more focused on prevention and surrounding young people and their families with resources if we want to be safer in the long run. We cannot prosecute and arrest our way out of it.
During the discussion, residents did not hold back, voicing their frustrations.
What?
Am I blaming?
You can't.
It's come to a point where they've pushed it where the federal government has to be the father in the family.
All right, so there was a lot wrong with that video. First of all, the guy says, I blame the system.
He's kind of, but it started elsewhere, but now it is the system's problem.
Well, it is a system problem, but again, you're not going all the way back to the root cause. I'm a responsible human being because my father taught me to be a responsible human being. I also, guess what? I'll give you one of my faults. I like to procrastinate. I do. I like to. I'm like, I'll get to it. I like to procrastinate.
You are.
And let me tell you something. My dad was a procrastinator. It's funny how that passes down generation to generation. It's funny how that happens. My dad would take a bill and set it on the dashboard of the truck. It might be there next month. But I mean, I get it, And so it's like you pass on good and bad traits. And then you're going to say, well, I'm going to blame the system. And then that guy says, well, you can't arrest your way out of crime. No, literally, that's what it's for. If you can't start with the foundational basis of personal responsibility with men in your society governing with authority their own families and their own children, there's a reason why the Bible talks about elders in the church need to have their own children in order. And it's actually a disqualifying thing in ministry if they don't. Because if you can't govern yourself in your own home, how are you going to govern anybody else? Can't do it. Well, so they're going to keep. These
communities want the government to feed them.
Yeah.
They want them to discipline their children,
train them, educate them, brainwash them, give them care for 8 hours a day. Look at the system. Look at what they do. I mean, look at these parents. These parents you got, and this is what you've been brainwashed into believing. You've been brainwashed that I got to take my kid and drop him off at school for 8 hours a day. All right, so now I got to go to work so I can pay taxes. I got to be, another person in the home that's paying taxes. So the government's got me in bondage that way. And then they got to play sports. They got to do all this kind of stuff, whether it's the rec league or they got to go out little league. They got to do the. We're farming our kids out. We're not spending any time with them. Got another tournament this weekend. And then they got school sports. They got to do all that. All the extracurricular activities. You got all these things going on. At what point in time are we going to parent? And you feel guilty. You're made to feel guilty if you don't put your kids in all that stuff. So, yeah, if you're going to trust the system's going to steal your children every time. And it's not going to fix society at all. In fact, you're too preoccupied trying to figure out a way to pay for all of it. So there you are. MSNBC analyst. I love that word, analyst. How does one become an analyst? I analyze things. They've never called me an analyst.
You're kind of an analyst.
Nobody's ever called me that, though.
Call yourself an analyst.
He agrees with Trump. What? MSNBC's losing their mind. Play it.
I told you.
Go ahead. Play that clip, baby.
Washington, this is personal for me. Many people are frustrated with crime that we see, particularly committed by juveniles in the city of Washington. People are frustrated, Willie, that when they go to CVS to buy deodorant, that they have to get it from behind locked plexiglass, right? But the response here, and let me say this, right? These are not just random anecdotes. What we see in Washington Post polling, among others, is that roughly half of D.C. residents, mostly half of D.C. view this as a serious problem or an extremely serious problem. And I live in Washington. This is
So, listen.
I would say it's extremely, I would say on the extreme side. It's a problem.
And again, but Hakeem Jeffries is going to come out and tell you that they're at a 30-year low in violent crime in Washington, D.C.
Listen, is that including juvenile violent crimes?
Don't know, but I do know this. They've already had, 100 homicides this year. I mean, you can look at the statistic of violent crime coming down until you get stabbed in the throat. And then I don't care if I am the one the one of the, of that percentile. It affects me 100%.
Yeah, and that's one too many.
How's that for a stat? I shouldn't be sitting there going, oh, no, there should be no violent crime in the streets. I mean, in a perfect world, that's the way it should be. But you see, we excuse it once again because we don't expect anybody to take any freaking personal responsibility for anything. And so we excuse it as just a crime stat. People's lives are more important than statistics, man. Should be. So here's a guy who's living it. And he's like, listen, this is a personal thing for him. Look at this guy. Watch what he has to say. Another DC.
Down the city is quiet as a church mouse, young. I came all the way down Pennsylvania Avenue this morning. So peaceful, young.
This morning.
I don't smell no weed, young. I don't see no homeless people. I mean, I came all the way through the southeast side, all the way down here. You can see now I'm at the White House, jump, man. It's quiet, young. It's a shame that it takes somebody to have to sit in your classroom in order for you to be in order, yeah? Because that's what it feels like, yeah? You got to be babysitted to do your job, yeah? Stuff been out of control for years. You got to do better, yeah? You got to do better, yeah? And mainly, young, you got the problems. It's us, man. It's always us giving everybody a bad name, yeah? We'll see how long this lasts, yeah? How many murders was it last night? How many carjackings was it last night? Talk to me. And y'all
now,
keep on posting all these data numbers. And
you'll be able to see real quick, just like we saw the border numbers. Border crossings went down to zero, zilch, none, nada.
We let the Border Patrol do their jobs. We have to let the police officers do their job.
Yeah. And I would love to hear... give me a Democrat lawmaker who's sitting out there, and none of them are going to walk the streets. We said that. None of them are going to do that. And this guy makes a point. He's like, it's on us. Personal responsibility. Shouldn't have to be said, but it does. This is your problem. I'm talking about bureaucrats, the chief of police. D.C. police don't know what the chain of command is. Did you see this? This is not the chief, is it? This, look at this. Play the clip.
That's what the chain of command is now?
What does that mean?
Well, is it Pam Bondi speaking to the mayor, speaking to you, or how does this work?
So at the...
That's what the chain of command is now?
What does that mean?
Well, is it Pam Bondi speaking to the mayor, speaking to you, or how does this work?
So the executive order is clear. The president has requested MPD services in our home rule charter.
What does that mean?
What is the chain of command?
D.C. Police Chief Pamela Smith.
I mean, that's day one. That's day one of orientation. What the chain of command is. Period.
I'm looking at that going, this ain't the chief.
Whether it be the military, the police, your job at Walmart, your first day in orientation is the chain of command.
I mean, Major Payne stepped up to the line and said, as of 0800 this morning, I am your new commanding officer. Bleep, 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 bleep. What you laughing at, big boy? You found a piece of candy in your pocket? I'm sorry, Mr. Handicap Man. Are you deaf? Do you read lips? Do you understand sign language? And next time I talk to you, you better answer me before I put my foot in your ass. Chain of command. What we have here is a failure to communicate. Yeah, you learn it real quick. Real quick.
I'm sure she worked her way up through the ranks. Up the chain of command.
I'm trying to see if I know how to spell it. I think it starts with a D, E, I. Yeah, that's about right. That's about right. That's what happens when you have bureaucrats who are placed. You can't get them out like a tumor.
Dude, but I see some things changing in that their DI is going away. It's got to.
Well, but the problem is once you get them in there, once you get them in there, like right here, current chief of D.C. Police Pamela Smith is a former chief equity officer. Oh, look at me. I was right. Chad Prather's never wrong. Whose primary job was overseeing diversity programs. Why would you put the diversity person in charge of a real police force? Insanity must end. Thank you, Charlie Kirk. Here's my thing, Steve. You and I, we said it over and over again. Here's the problem. When you got DEI in charge of things, they can't let competence come in underneath them, because if competence comes in underneath them, it's going to expose how incompetent they are.
And I was going to say mediocre people they cannot stand, excellence.
Yeah. So you got D.C. Mayor Muriel Bowser. This is Mike Davis. He says, number 2 is Deputy Mayor Public Safety Justice Lindsay Apaya. D.C. Police Chief Pamela Smith. And one wonders why D.C. crime is out of control. Makes me want to. What it makes me want to do, Steve?
What's it make you want to do?
Makes me want to light a candle. Makes me want to just get a little peace candle going with something.
I guess I'm going to have to get me a candle in here.
Dude, stop trying to be like me, man.
I am. I'm going to get, when I set my new set for September 1st, I'm going to have a candle. You watch.
These matches.
It'll be a manly candle. It's going to smell like, deer guts or something.
Yeah, these matches don't ever want to light, but when they do, boy, it burns. It burns, brother. Oh, yeah. Oh, let's put it back up there. Set a little ambiance, dude. Put it back
with
there.
The real candle.
Yeah, I gotta have a little. I like something nice in the house.
Let me ask you, not flavor, but what smell is that, or what aroma is that candle?
I don't know.
It better be manly. No, I want to hear it. Read it.
Little saffron. How am I going to read it?
Oh, I bet it says it somewhere.
It probably does on the bottom.
Can it be leather or something?
No, it's not that. It's got flowers on the vase.
So it's probably,
It says, I'd have to have my readers. It's got some warning labels about not leaving it unattended, which I've done the last couple of days.
I've just got to know. I've got to know if it's a manly candle or not.
No, I could tell you 100% it's not. It's got kind of a saffron mixed with vanilla. Look at these police chiefs, man. Look at them. Just look at them, folks. I mean, anybody with common sense, let me see you in the chat. What do you think about these folks right here? This is the police chiefs, bro. This is your, boy, that's a bunch of bangers, ain't it? Wow.
Something's got to be done, like, Pete Hegseth doing with the military, getting rid of the DEI. That has to be done at the police force. And I know as soon as you do that, you're racist.
Well, no matter what, you're already a racist. Just get the job done.
You're just born that way.
Yeah, you just get the job done. They're already going to call you that. But this thing right here, man, this is the problem. Something's got to be done. But again, this is the problem with police chiefs. They're not elected. They're appointed. They're bureaucrats. This is the essence of bureaucracy. And you can't get rid of them. Check them out. Texas Senate passes the map. Mute your mic there, David. This was yesterday. Texas Senate passes map that adds 5 GOP seats, eliminates 5 Democrat seats. So they did it.
Thank you. Finally, the Republicans are playing the Democrats' game.
Well, they're playing the fair game. I mean, they are doing that, but they made this a fair. I mean, the districts were cut in a fair way. It's not those beat up districts that with the fingers going all over the place. And zoom all the way into Houston. I don't even know if you can do that. I just want to see how gerrymandered that district is, where Dan Crenshaw is. Actually, it's right here where I live. But anyway, Come on down. Come south. Come south. Come south. Come over to the east. There it is right there. Look at District 2. Look right there, District 2. You may not be able to zoom in. Oh, well, we won't worry about all that. I'm just telling you it's a gerrymander district.
Yeah, I'm Morgan Luttrell.
Yeah.
Yes.
Which is District 2. I think Crenshaw's District 3. Anyway. Oh, boy. Let's laugh a little bit. SNL, Saturday Night Live. We don't pull it out unless it's really funny.
Yeah, and this is...
Yeah, let's go to... wait a second before we do that. Okay. All right, here's Gavin Newsom. So this was 2 days ago, I think it was. Donald Trump, according to Gavin Newsom. The lowest polling president in recent history. This is your second to last warning. The next one is the last one. This is how tough Gavin Newsom is. He's going to give you 2 warnings before the final warning. He says, this is your second to last warning. The next one's the last one.
He's got to
stand down. Yeah, stand down now or California will counterstrike legally. Put that in parentheses just to make sure you know he means it. To destroy your illegal crooked maps and red states press conference coming. Oh, boy, he's going to have a press conference. Hosted by America's favorite governor, Gavin Newsom. Final warning next. You won't like it. Thank you for your attention to this matter. Could you not be original at all, Gavin? Could you maybe try?
I don't
Absolutely.
think you could gerrymander California any more than it already is and has been for decades.
Well, he thinks he's got legal standing to be able to come out there and do something about that, to change it back. These guys are, and that's why they're, every time I was talking about this last night, again, at dinner with somebody, we're talking about California. Every time we talk about California, people say, why do you go out to California? Well, because there's really good people out there. There's some really good people out there, but they can't win. I've said it forever, Steve. I've said it forever. You like getting on to me for always saying what I said, but I'm going to say what I said. I've said it forever. There's good people, good conservatives. There's a lot of conservatives in California. They just keep getting screwed by the bureaucracy. I've been saying that for 20 years now. And what do I mean by that? It's this exact thing.
Yeah.
You get these districts where they just simply can't win.
Yesterday, I was in the tax office, and I'm just gonna tell a little brief thing. I was in the tax office. I was taking care of the title to one of our vehicles because it's Florida title, and I'm getting some trouble with Florida. And the lady at the tax office, she says, "I'm really surprised because it's usually California. Everybody moving from California, they always have trouble with any paperwork or anything that has to be done."
Mm-hmm. She was wondering why you left Florida.
Yeah, she was surprised. She was just surprised that it was Florida giving us grief, not California.
Yeah, it's true. They get screwed by the bureaucracy, but there's good people out there. Yeah. I was the guy last night. He was like, because he used to live in California. He said, "So have you done like Central California?" I was like, "All of California. I've done shows in all of California." He goes, "Like Bakersfield?" It's like all of California. Like Redding, all of California. San Luis Obispo, all of California, dude.
Visalia, Chico.
Visalia, Chico, Fresno, San Jose, L.A., Thousand Oaks, San Diego, La Jolla. I mean, you name it, we've done it. I mean, Oakland, Sacramento, we've done them, all of them. All of them.
Conservative shows.
Sold out, packed, because people show up. I'm like, all of California, we've done it, dude. We've done it. And, but they keep getting screwed by the bureaucracy. Gavin Newsom, he's just planning on doubling down on all that. Karen Bass, speaking of morons in California, Karen Bass, who, of course, is the mayor in L.A., she's going to help create a system. See, this is Gavin Newsom, man. Deal with your own people. Rapid Response Network helps illegals evade ICE. Play the clip.
You talked also about the protests being important. What do you think people can do that would matter? Can local officials establish any sort of limiting factor? What do you think is the most valuable pushback against things like this for people who object to it?
Well, I can tell you when they were doing the random snatching or kidnappings of people off of our streets, when people gathered, they backed away on many occasions. And so in Los Angeles, we have a rapid response network where everybody is alerted. If you see masked men getting out of unmarked cars, let everybody in the area know.
Do you talk to also?
She should be arrested.
Real
for condoning and putting that, whoever put that together, if she's supporting that, that's against the federal government. That's lock her up.
I mean,
morons.
I mean, imagine if I did that. If I stood out in the parking lot and I started telling people who were, I don't know. I mean, what is even an analogy to that? Like, I just started telling people, hey, the police are down there, or the police are in the area, go break the law somewhere else.
Now, don't get me wrong. If I'm driving down a highway and I pass by a cop, these back roads, and there's an oncoming car, I might flash my lights.
You might flash your light, but if another cop sees you doing that, they'll pull you over for doing it.
I mean, you got to make sure, but.
Right, because again, when you're doing those kind of things, it's against the law, and you'd be penalized for that. That's my point.
Yeah, I would be penalized. That's the main point of it. If I do that, I would be penalized. She should be penalized.
She's basically flashing her lights, but not at people, at citizens, at illegals. Yeah. Here's another libo. This is Portland, Oregon. This is David Medina territory. He needs to get her fixed, man. She's screaming at this dog owner for having purebred dogs. This is Mount Tabor Dog Park, Portland, Oregon. Cullen Ruggs posted this. She doesn't like him having a pure blood dog, man. You gotta have them imports.
I mean, is this like a pit bull, like a purebred pit bull, or what?
Let's see the clip.
You bought those dogs, didn't you?
No.
You didn't adopt them. You didn't save their lives. You don't care about them. You don't care about anyone but yourself.
You are crazy, lady.
Get away from me, then. Get away from me.
You walked up to me.
Go away from me. This guy won't leave me alone. Help me. Help me. This guy won't leave me alone. And he is saying that I said something racist when I absolutely did not.
You did.
Please help me. I did not say anything to this guy.
Who are you talking to?
This is mental illness. Where is the psych drugs?
Go away from me. Adopt those dogs. Go away.
You need medication, lady.
You need to get away from me.
Go that way. Go that way.
No, you go.
You want to attack me?
Go.
If you touch me, I will knock you out. You attack me, I have a right to defend myself.
Okay, let's do this, buddy. Get away from me now. This guy is harassing me.
I have lots of film, lady.
I did not say anything racist at all.
Go away from me, lady.
Racist. Why don't you bring racist up?
Go away. Go away. I'm trying to get by, and this guy won't let me by.
Go by.
I'm trying to get by.
Go by. I have everything you said before. I have it all on video, lady.
I have it all on video too.
No, you don't.
Yeah.
You need to go away. I let you by. Go.
Go away too. You need to adopt, don't shop. Look at this guy. Look at his bred dogs. Look at what an unethical piece of shit this guy.
That's his mom.
He has to have bred dogs because he has a small penis. He has no freaking.
Isn't this lady amazing?
No integrity.
You are mentally ill. You are mentally ill, lady.
And no fucking ethics at all whatsoever.
You are mentally ill.
A Trump supporter.
You are mentally ill.
Wow.
Where's Ice?
You are mentally ill.
Trump supporter.
Wow.
Where's Ice?
Easy.
Let me call Ice.
Yeah,
right now.
I'm done with you. Have fun in your psycho ward. Go take your medication today.
I'm not convinced that's not David Medina. Sounds like David Medina.
I'd have
right
been,
there.
but I think that sometimes it's okay to slap him.
Look at you.
Oh, I think I think sometimes you can be justified if she comes at you like that.
I mean,
she lunged towards me, and my fist met her.
But she thought twice before she did reach out and touch him. He's like, "I'll knock you out."
Yeah,
I have no problem with it. If she touches him, bam, there it goes. Yep. Some of that walking path justice.
Because that's psycho. That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's walking psycho.
You bought those dogs. You bought those dogs. That you didn't adopt them. You didn't save their life. You voted for Trump.
That woman would hate me because I bought a lot of dogs over my lifetime.
That's where we're at, though, man. Come on.
Greyhounds.
I've seen crazy on both sides, and I don't care politically. People are crazy. There's some people. Here's the thing. I don't care if you're left or right. I really don't, because Steve, we've been to a lot of events. Okay, we've been to a lot of events. I've seen a lot of people on the right that y'all are holding on a little too tight too. Okay, I've been to a lot of events where you've created your entire identity about politics, and like that's become your hobby and your passion, and it gives you this outlet in life. And sometimes these people, they hold on way too tight that it becomes an all-encompassing deal. You can't talk about, I bet that coffee cup wasn't made in America. Was that coffee cup made in America? Where was that shirt made? Where did you buy that T-shirt?
You know how many times I've heard that in the last a decade.
I mean, we can't post anything, whether it's Patriot Crew or whatever. I mean, where's it made? Where's it made? Where is it made? Well, this guy made it right here.
As they pulled up in their Toyota vehicle or whatever they drove to the show.
Ned Sanders made it. Ned Sanders.
That alien was probably not made in the United States.
100% that's Chinese foam.
Yeah.
Chinese. I'm sorry, Ned. I know you're not foam. Whatever you are. I love you, Ned.
You know what is made in America? My Make Wellness.
Go to watchchad.com. Watchchad.com. It's at the top of my homepage.
Posting my link right now in the chat.
They've got the new passion fruit energized.
I just ordered it this morning.
Yeah, I ordered something. It's limited supply. Limited supply. All right, UK group proves the UK has free speech by driving around with a doctored image of J.D. Vance. They should. Is that Colin? Is that Colin Rook? This group, they ought to. They should mock Islam to prove they really do have free speech. Yeah, give that a shot. Play the. Oh, look at them. They're so brave. They're so brave. They got a little bald-headed face of JD.
Where are they at? Out in the middle of
country where
nowhere?
Nobody can freaking see it. Except, well, here they are. Now they're driving through. I don't know. Now they're driving through the roundabout. God bless them. Ain't nobody on the street though.
Let's put Muhammad on there. Let's see what happens. Cartoon Muhammad drive.
Yeah, get your ass Charlie Hebdo real quick.
They're only a generation or two of being a Muslim country.
They already are. The number one birth name last year was Muhammad.
Yeah.
So they're just done. The UK's finished, dude. Over, done. Fin, as they would say in gay-ass France. Aaron Rodgers takes that shot at Sleepy Joe, which is, it's easy to take a shot at Sleepy Joe. I mean, Aaron's not being that brave.
And, one of the weird things is I'm 21 years in the league, so I'm over there. Who do I know on Jacksonville? I know Heath Farwell, the special teams coach that I played against him. I know Chad Morton, he was with us. And I've met Trevor a few times, so I was kind of looking around going, doing the Joe Biden, all right, well, I guess I don't know anybody here, so I'm going to just walk off. And I found Cam and TJ, I was like, walk next to them.
That's the legacy.
The old heads, but are you intentional about trying to...
That is the legacy of Joe Biden, Sleepy Joe Biden. He will go down in history as being the guy who slept through the presidency. That's it. Let's have a couple of funnies here. This. Just listen to what this guy says. We got to do better than this. Play the clip.
It's going to be a gangbang like you have never seen. We're going to send off the rockets. We're going to enjoy our independence. Thank you.
Can we play it again? I just want to hear him say it one more time. Look at that guy.
It's going to be a gangbang.
All right.
It's going to be a gangbang. It's going to be a gangbang. It's going to be a gangbang.
There needs to be a remix. It's going to be a gangbang. It's going to be a gangbang. Bang a gang, gang a bang. Going to be a gangbang. Gang a gang, gang a gang, gang bang.
Oh, there's going to be, his kids or grandkids are going to have a serious talk with Grandpa about,
Going to have a gangbang. I guess they're going to have a party.
He knows the definition of it by now, I am sure.
He's heard about gonna be gangbangers, gonna be ball busters.
I just want to know where
deep throaters, gonna be fantastic.
Where did he hear that he thought he could use that? Because the word gangbang doesn't come up in everyday conversation. I mean, it might come up in the locker room.
Well,
like
Steve.
That,
We've had a few chats. Gonna be a gangbang. Yeah. Gang bang. Oh, this is why we have to do Before the Noise every morning. So I can have a moment of centering myself back with the Lord. Because then I've got guys in Suffolk County going, gangbang, made the dude's powdered wig curl right up, didn't it?
Yeah. Do you see his face crinkled up?
Oh, yeah. And everybody's giggling. All right, SNL, Saturday Night Live.
This is the best Saturday Night Live skit that I have seen in 10 years.
Play it.
My genes tell me I'm a man. My jeans tell me I'm a woman.
They tell me I'm relaxed.
That I'm skinny?
A child.
Yo, you don't know me, jeans.
I'm not a style. I'm not a size.
That's not me.
Introducing Levi Wes. Sizeless, style-neutral, gender-non-conforming denim for a generation that defies labels.
What's my size? Why don't you try asking me about my accomplishments?
Whoa.
What colors do they come in?
Colors? I'm triggered.
This color. Can you label this color?
That is the color Greb.
They not brown, but they not brown. Let's talk pockets. Pockets sold separately.
Yo, who says I have hands?
They come in men's and women's?
Nah.
Do they come in person?
That's why Woke's got Unifly.
180 degrees of gender nonconformity.
My jeans let me decide how I go to the bathroom.
There's hope for our country, Chad.
My jeans tell me I'm a...
I want that 180 fly. I want that wraparound zip.
There's hope. Saturday Night Live is...
Well, that Sydney Sweeney thing was the most ridiculous form of like, if that's truly where we're going, I mean, that's when diets are racist and so is, fire and wind and the weather. But then you're going to talk about that commercial. It's the same in the vein of all other blue jeans commercials that have ever been done in the history. You got to make fun of that. If you don't make fun of that, you're chicken. I mean, you've just failed. So,
did you see where Jimmy Kimmel has applied for?
No, he's got it.
Got it. Italian citizenship. Yeah. I don't know if we have time to pull that up, but I thought that was like
he's got it. Go
on, Jimmy. Moving? Is he really leaving?
No.
He just has. Is it a dual citizenship or is it?
Yeah, he got a dual citizenship.
Is his numbers just crashed so bad? Is he the next one to go?
Maybe. I mean, they all might be gone. None of them compete with Gutfeld at this point.
No, Gutfeld. Did you see what the ratings did for him going on? The other Jimmy Fallon show.
Yeah,
skyrocketed.
I mean, you can't deny the numbers. Can't deny the numbers. The numbers are always going to tell you. Yeah. So does Gutfeld. He loves him too. He loves himself too. All right,
Steve.
All
love ourselves first, Chad.
Well, nobody loves Steve like Steve loves Steve. That's for sure.
Always. You got to take care of you.
Gonna be a gangbang.
Gangbang.
Gonna be a gangbang. All right. What do we need to announce? I am in Fredericksburg. Steve and Ben will be with me. The Ragamuffins are there. I'm in Fredericksburg this Friday at the Rockbox Theater. Steve won't be there.
Nope.
But we're going to do it. Some music and some laughs. WatchChad.com has all the fun stuff. I am going to be speaking. There's an event, the Lone Star Cowboy Church here in Montgomery. They have a meat ministry, and they give away meat for people who need meat and people that are hungry. And I'm speaking at that next week. It's sold out.
I'll be there for that.
They told me that it hasn't sold out since Cody Johnson did it, so I'm honored and humbled. Yeah. It's a blessing. We're rebranding and we're moving to 10 a.m. Central. It's 11 a.m. Eastern for those of you that can't do math. And that's a lot of you, unfortunately, because people just don't understand north, south, east, west, or time zones. They just don't get it. But we are going to move to 10, and we're going to be rocking and rolling, man. We're having a good time, and it's going to be rebranded. We're going to be doing some new stuff. It's going to be the same voice, same common sense, same craziness, same comedy, same good times. But we're going to rebrand, get a little different look on here. I think it's time to spruce up the place. And no, we're not going to wear a suit. No, we're not going to take the cowboy hat. They're not going to do it. They're not getting that. They're not getting that. That's how you piss people off. We'll get a more manly candle back there. And something that smells so much like sassafras, but it's gonna be a gangbang, okay? That's what it's gonna be. It's gonna be a gangbang. I want you guys to visit our friends Birch Gold by texting CHAD. I spell it Chad to 989898. Get that free information kit about how you can diversify your savings into an IRA backed by gold. And also go to watchchad.com. That's where all the fun stuff is. Check out my friends over at Patriot Crew. You can go to patriotcrew.co. Use promo code CHAD10 and save a little bit over there. That's a little free information. If you're in Texas and you're not using Energy Ogre, go to energyogre.com if you're in an unincorporated area where, you got a choice of who your energy providers are, and use promo code WATCHCHAD over there. They won't even let you sign up unless you can save money, but most people are saving about 40 to 60% on their power bill every month. Energyogre.com in Texas. Use promo code WATCHCHAD. What else can we promote? What else can I promote? Don't forget to share not only this episode, subscribe to the channels that you're watching, but also our morning Before the Noise. I am enjoying that more than anything I've done in a long, long time. I love doing the Before the Noise episodes. I think they are meaningful. They are good for me, and I hope you're enjoying them too, but please share them. If you're over on YouTube, there's a whole playlist dedicated to it. So you scroll over on the menu where it says playlist, and you can watch all of them and get caught up. We've been working our way through the book of John, the chapter 1 of John, and we'll see where we go after this week. But it's been a blessing to me. So you're the blessing to me, honestly, and I'm thankful for you. So join us at 8, 7 Central for Before the Noise on all the usual channels. All right, I'm going to jump off of here. Thank you, Party Foul Steve. I will holler at you here in a little bit. We got a lot to do today, and we got more to come. Tomorrow I'll be there with you tomorrow morning, and, of course, tomorrow on the Chad Prather Show, a little variety show, throw in a little Chad's Church as well. We'll have a good time, and, I like to bring those tearjerker stories and see if you still have a heart in there. Go follow my buddy at David Medina PDX before he gets mauled by some crazy liberal progressive Riri woman on a dog trail in Portland, Oregon. David Medina PDX, no disclaimer, that was not him walking his purebred dogs because he's not a bigot. And follow Party Foul Steve at Party Foul Steve. You can give him $5 on Venmo. He likes that a lot. In fact, it makes his day. You can follow me at Watch Chad on all the socials. Don't forget, click like, leave a comment, share, and subscribe. Do your duty. Do your duty. I appreciate you so much. And we...